Okay, now we're going to divide decimals. There are several ways to do this, so we're going to go over each different method. Okay, so the first one, I have 1 over here divided by 0.2. So what we can do, there are several ways, like I said before. One way is to create a bar model. So this is what it would look like. So I drew the best that I could, but we have a model here. We have um, the whole thing represents 1. Okay, so 1. This is 1 whole. So I want to figure out how many 2/10ths are in 1 whole. So if I look at this, that's 1/10. There's 1/2 right there. Okay, that's 0.2 because there's 2, 1, 2. So that's one of them though. So that's 1, 0.2. Here's 2. Here's 3 of them. Here's 4 of them. Here's 5 of them. So there are 5 0.2s or groups in 1. So the answer for this would be 5. Another way to do this is if I have 1 divided by 2/10ths, let's make it into a fraction. So if you remember from before, when we divide by fractions, we take the reciprocal of the second one and change it to multiplication. So it'll be 1 times 10 over 2. When I multiply this out, I get 10 over 2. And when I simplify this, I get 5. So either way would work. There's actually one other way to do this, and that is when you have 1 divided by 0.2, you write out in long division. So if you remember, this is our divisor, this is our dividend. So this one goes in the house, the dividend goes in the house. So let me rewrite this. So if I rewrite it, we have 0.2 as our divisor, 1 is our dividend. Okay, when we do this, we like to make our divisor a whole number. The only way to make this a whole number is to move the decimal over. And I'm going to move it over 1 place. So because I moved the decimal over 1 place, in our dividend, I need to do the same. Now, you're going to say, well, there's no decimal there. There actually is. Every whole number has an invisible decimal right there, right next to it. So what I need to do is move it over 1 place, and I put it there. Now, there's nothing in that little spot, so what we need to do is put a 0. So we made this into 10 now. We made this into 2. So I look at this, and the first thing I like to do is bring my decimal up. I'm going to bring it straight up after I moved it over. And I say, how many 2's are in 10? Well, I know 5 2's are in 10. I subtract, I get 0. So my answer is 5. Let's try a couple different ones. Let's do 16 divided by 0.4. Again, we could draw a bar model, or I could make 0.4 into a fraction. So it'd be 16, and that's, divided by 4/10ths. Well, we know, again, we need to make a reciprocal. Let me just clear the slide. So we have 16 times 10 over 4. The reason why it's 10 over 4 is because we need the reciprocal. Okay, notice I get cross reduce. I get 4, I get 1. The answer is 4 times 10. And 1 times 1 is 1, so it's 40. So the answer would be 40. Long way to do this, the 16 divided by 0.4. This is the divisor, it goes on the outside. Okay, so let me get a different marker. I move it over 1. Here's my decimal. I move it over 1, put a decimal, bring it straight up. Put a 0 here. So now I have 4 into 160. Well, 4 does not go into 1, so I put it as x. 4 goes into 16 4 times, so 4 times 4 is 16. Subtract it. I have to bring this 0 down because I need a placeholder there. 4 goes into 0 times, so my final answer is 40. A couple more of these. Let's do 75 divided by 0.15 or 1500ths. Let's try the fraction way. So 75 divided by 15 over 100. Let me rewrite it now. So we have 75 divided by 15 over 100. What I'm going to do is write the reciprocal and change it to multiplication. So it's 75 over 1 times 100 over 15. And if you notice, 75 and 15, they go into each other. 15 goes 5 times. 5 times 100 is 500. So the answer would be 500. Doing the long division way. The long division way would look like this. So if I have 75 divided by 0.15, put 0.15 on the outside because it's our divisor, into 75 because 75 is our dividend. I move it over 2 places. There's our decimal, move over 2 places, put zeros, and bring that decimal straight up. So 15 goes into 75 now, 5 times. 5 times 15 is 75. Subtract, get 0, bring down to 0. 15 into 0 goes 0 times. 15 times 0 is 0. Bring down to 0. 15 into 0 is 0. So the answer is also 500. Okay, let's try a different one. Let's say we have 0.9 divided by 0.3. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make each one into a fraction. So it's 9/10 divided by 3/10. I need to take the reciprocal, so it's 9/10 times 10 over 3. Look at this, I could cross simplify very easily, and the answer is 3. Let's try the long division way. So I have 0.9, 9/10 divided by 0.3. 0.3 goes on the outside, 0.9 goes on the inside. When I do this, look, I have to move over and make this a whole number. So I move the decimal over 1. Notice where the decimal is here, I have to move that over also 1 spot, bring it straight up then. So now I have 3 into 9, goes 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. And my answer is 3, just like we had before. All right, 1 or 2 more, and then I think we got it. Let's try 0.56 divided by 0.04. Okay, let's make these into fractions. So I have 56 over 100 divided by, remember that's 4 over 100. We're going to do the reciprocal. So times 100 over 4, cross out. And 56 and 4, they go into each other. 4 goes into 56 14 times. So it's 14. 14 is my final answer, because 14 times 1 is 14. Let's try that though. 0.56 divided by 0.04. Let's try that doing the long division. So I have 0.04 on the outside, 0.56 on the inside. Get a different marker, I move it over 2 spots, so I have to move this over 2 spots, and then I bring it straight up. I like to do that. So now this is 4, so 4 goes in 0 times, 4 goes into 5 1 time, 1 times 4 is 4, subtract it, I bring down to 6, I get 16, 4 into 16 goes 4 times, 4 times 4 is 16, and I get 0 as my remainder, so I am done, so the answer is 14. All right, let's just do one more. Just one more, make sure we got this. 0.96 divided by 0.4. Again, let's make these into fractions. So I have 96 over 100 divided by 4 over 10, reciprocal. 96 over 100 times 10 over 4. I could cross simplify. I got 1, I got 10 there. And I could cross simplify right here. 1, and that'll be 24. Let me just get a new slide. So when I did the multiplication, now I had 24, I believe it was 10. Let me go back. I think I deleted it all. All right, well, I believe it was 24 over 10 times 1 over 1. So 24 over 10 times 1 over 1 is 24 over 10. You can't leave that as an improper fraction. So what I need to do is make it into a mixed number. 10 goes into 24 2 times, and I have 4 over 10 left. Well, I look at this, again, I have to make this into a decimal. So it's 2 and 4 tenths, 2.4. Let's just, last one, let's just do this the long way. So 0.96 divided by 0.4. So I put 0.4 on the outside. 0.96 is on the inside. When I move it over, I move over 1 spot. This, I move over 1 spot. Look where it goes. Right between the 9 and 6. It has to go there because it's 1 spot. 4 goes in 0 times. 4 goes into 9 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. subtract it, I get 16. 4 into 16 obviously is 4 times. And then no remainder, so the answer is 2.4.